Hey y'all, how you doing? This is Kimmy with Just Between Us. This is a safe place where we talk honestly about growth, relationships, confidence, and becoming the woman you were called to be, and without leaving them men behind. If you're ready for real conversations, real reflections, or evolutions, you're in the right place. Now, this episode that we're about to play is very special to me. I recorded Fuck Fear about maybe 3 to 4 years ago, during a season where I was learning how loud fear can really be when you're standing at the edge of change. Back then, fear showed up as hesitation, self-doubt, overthinking, and waiting for permission I never needed. Listening back now, I hear a woman who was and still is becoming. Not perfect, not fearless, but brave enough to speak anyway. This episode isn't about pretending fear doesn't exist. It's about deciding that fear doesn't get to drive. If you're in a place where you're scared to start, scared to leave, scared to be seen, or scared to choose yourself, this conversation is still for you. Growth sounds different at every stage, but the message still remains the same. You don't wait for fear to disappear. You move anyway. So press play, take what you need, and remember the woman you're becoming is stronger than the fear that's trying to stop you. So today, you guys, hello. Of course, you know me as Kimmy Sweet, but today I'm Kimberly Ruffin. We're getting on here with the podcast of Before the White Dress. But today we're talking about fear with the one and only Mr. Stephen James. Let's give him a hand. Ooh, I feel so famous. I feel so famous, y'all. Cause I mean, look what we got. First we had Sonny, then we got Mr. Stephen James. I mean, he's wonderful. You'll know him around the city, state, world. Are you world? You world? No. You're, but you're gonna get there. It's on the way. Okay, long as it's on the way. Our topic today is, of course, it will not come out on Spotify until the 6th of next month, but we wanted to do it while we had time because, you know, he's so busy. And he was like, I'm gonna squeeze you in, Kimmy. You know, I got a little spot for you. So we're here, y'all. Topic today is fuck fear. Fuck fear. And as I apologize, so I'm not going to apologize today, only because sometimes we do have to look fear in the eye and say, you know, you got to go. Yeah. You just gotta go. I think it's taken over our world so bad. It's cause of anxiety. It's cause of procrastination. And once we procrastinate, our whole destiny because we scared, right? The last show we had Sonia and she gave us the woman version of fuck fear, right? So today I felt like we needed a man's version. And look who God sent me.
Born and raised in Jackson. I grew up in Shady Oaks. Like I was telling a young lady, I'm a JPS kid. Went to elementary, junior high, high school, Jackson Public Schools. I really believe in helping the community. I love this community. I tell people I can live anywhere in the world if I wanted to, but I choose to be in Jackson in the metro area. I love outreach. I love just doing the work. I think everything's on everybody's mind right now is everything that's going on in the Delta. So I'm making phone calls every day saying, hey, how can we help Rolling Fork and all the other cities in the Delta? So, hey, I'm just me. I love being part of the movement that's going on. A lot of stuff, positive things like you're doing. I'm always up for a great conversation. I love running my mouth, so I never had a problem with talking. But hey, I love the city. I love doing what we.
What is it that you do? What is it that you do?
On a daily basis, I really don't do anything. I mean, honestly. Everybody knows me from insurance. I did insurance for 21 years, and then somebody came and bought the business. So for the last, I've just been concentrating on doing foundation stuff. I started a foundation about 7 years ago, so I do a lot of foundation work, fundraisers, different events. I'm always raising money for something. I honestly and truly believe if we all did a little bit, we can actually make a lot of major things happen in the city. But everybody's got to be doing a little. We don't need nobody just to carry a heavy burden, but if we all did a little bit here and there, we can make some magic happen.
Especially with our communities, we have so much that we could help back, even if it's just giving a word. I do think we have a responsibility to make sure each one of us is okay. That's my honestly opinion, you guys. And that's why we're doing this, because I don't know who it will touch, but I want it to touch somebody just to know that, hey, we should be doing something else. If it's nothing but speaking life into each other.
We all, you really don't know your talent and what you can do. I mean, I love to talk. I know you love to talk. I know you love to cook. So we have these talents and we just don't, utilize them. I mean, I know you enjoy cooking, you love it. See, I tell people all the time, find you something that you love to do, and then just, it ain't hard. Then try to think about how you can monetize it. If you love doing this and love cooking, you're like, hey, let me open up a restaurant. Let me open up a catering service or something. Start small and go from there. But I think that's the problem. We don't identify what we love, and then we take what we love and then monetize it. I mean, once you, because I know you love cooking. I mean, at times, it's not even like a job to you.
Right, you just
doing what you
do
love to do. And that's what we got to do. We got to identify. I love giving back, getting deep in the community, and I love helping people. So I learned a long time ago what my purpose here was, and it's literally to help people. If you find out what your purpose is, everything just goes so smooth.
Absolutely. I'm glad you said that, because in the last podcast, she told us the same thing. Find out what's your purpose. How did you find that out? When did you know you was going to be the famous? Tell me from when you was small. Tell me your childhood all the way up to now.
So my whole deal is that had when she was 19, she was a single parent. So coming up was rough. I mean, a lot of people don't even know. I mean, first 5 years of my life, we were homeless. So, I mean, we stayed with friends. I mean, she had girlfriends or whatever. We would stay on people's floors, stayed in cars. We moved to Texas for a while. And I think, honestly, when I tell people, I think that's where my passion comes from, like helping organizations like Stupid or giving back to the Cancer Society, different things, because I think we take things that we've dealt with in our life, and then we just kind of like say, hey, this was a part of me, so let me see how I can help. So that's my passion for giving back and everything, because if it wasn't for like the Boys and Girls Club, welfare, I mean, food stamps and all that, we wouldn't make it. I mean, honestly. And she had to keep working and making things happen. So, I mean, when things got hard, we moved around. Like I said, we stayed in Houston for a while with some family members. But if I had to do it all over, I wouldn't change one thing. It was the foundation of me. It taught me so much at an early age. It taught me discipline, the grind. I mean, I saw her. We grew up together. She was my mom, but we grew up together, and it was just and I lost her at 19 because she passed for cancer. But I mean, she was literally my best friend all throughout high school and college, and even growing up. I tell people all the time, I went to 3 elementaries. I went to G.N. Smith, I went to Watkins, and I went to Green, because we moved. Different school. We moved over to a different school, but those are the life lessons that kind of shape you. You start your foundation and everything. So that's me coming up. I went to junior high school, Chastain, high school, Merle. But I love this city. I've seen this city. I've seen the city at the worst. I've seen the city at the best. And my thing right now is that it's leadership. It's people like yourself. It's people who are actually out here doing the work. They're just not talking about it. They're actually making moves.
Of course. And I don't know. I'm not quite for sure why we always get, and I'm going to go back and forth, the negative out before we even get the positive out. Because we're going to show the negative all the time. I don't know. That's our first go-to. Oh, but this happened. Oh, but this happened. But what about this good happened? And what about this? All the stuff not even supposed to be for social media, or not even supposed to be, but it's really just supposed to bless that person.
Yeah, you do it for the gram.
Yeah, we don't even have to. It don't even make the TV. It don't even make, whatever. What about our everyday people? Like you said, like your mom, just barely making it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I saw a post this morning, and a friend of mine was saying that giving back and trying to do stuff for Rolling Fork, but they want to publicize it, and they want to put people in the camera and everything. And it's just like, if that's what you're doing it for, don't even do it. I've been deeply involved in the community now for like 20 years. And I'm gonna be honest, 90% of the stuff I do, nobody even knows about it. Some of the other stuff is just bigger things, so it just comes out. But a lot of stuff I do, nobody even knows, because I just do it because I want things to happen. I mean, but I don't know. It's just people being people. So
I think you're right. I came from, my mom, it's 3 of us, me and my sisters. I mean, sometimes we just didn't have it. If you just want to be real, we wasn't house to house, but we was house to house. If you want to be real, my dad, he wasn't just the best, wasn't at his best. And we were going from my aunt's house to our house to floor. I mean, life was life. Life was life. And we didn't have the gram. We didn't have this. We didn't have that. But at the same time, he was like, look, put this, what happened to, just put this in your pocket and it'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? And she was, okay, at least I got money for us to eat tonight. At least I got this. This came in handy for us. About that done social media. And you know something? I often say, but what if it was you? Would you want your business to know? Would you want people to know that you ain't got it today?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, but it's reality.
That's reality.
And but I'm gonna tell you that we grew up, we didn't have like social media and things like they have now.
Right, right.
And I'm gonna tell you, we had the best childhood. I mean, I just remember just the good old days. I mean, just riding a bike, being outside, and just being in cool communities where people actually cared. It was me and my brother. I got a younger brother. We 8 years apart, but it was like day and night, because when me and mom was growing up, by the time I was like, just say 9 and he was 1, I was literally raising my little brother. Right. Because she had to work. And you 9. Now damn all the people on it. Yeah. You know, back then, I mean, I tell people all the time, I mean, I used to walk the G.N. Smith. I mean, we stayed in Shady Oaks right off of Utah Street. So I literally used to walk probably like 2 miles to school. I mean, it ain't a long way, but yeah, for like a kid, a 6-year-old. I was 6 years old. Even a 9-year-old, it'd be like, I was walking to school. I mean, we ain't take no buses back then. I mean, I literally walked to school every morning and walk back home every day. It was just different. I mean, it's a different time. So that's when I look at now. You got so much these kids are exposed to. You got social media. You got all the craziness going on. Like, I mean, and then it's just every day is something that these kids are dealing with, mental health and different things. Like you just had the shooting that was in Nashville. I mean, somebody crazy and shot 3 kids and 3 people, and for no reason. I mean, because I don't care what the reason is. The person has got to be a sick person to go kill 3 babies and 3 adults for no reason. So these kids got so much that they're dealing with mental health wise and everything. And I don't know. It's just a lot when I say when you come up. We just came up different. We didn't have the pressures and all the stuff. Of what they got on. I mean, from you hear about bullying, all these kids dealing with that. I've done some mentor with different schools in JPS, and some of that was the biggest issues, bullying. I mean, we had stuff back in the day, but you ain't had no bullies. I mean, you ain't had nobody that had somebody, you know, like you just took care of it. So it's a different day. Yeah. And then, I mean, we can have a whole conversation, because, and then another thing, the kids these days, they don't know how to, they have no type of, no, they don't have, they don't have no kind of conflict resolution. You know, if something happens these days, if somebody's voice get loud, somebody pulling the gun out. I mean, if my voice go up one level, somebody done pull the gun out. You know, it's just crazy. They don't know how to talk. I mean, communication. Yeah, all it is, hey, if I get into it with somebody, we disagree, I gotta go shoot you. So I mean, it's crazy. So that was the type of things that we didn't have to deal with, and that's the pressure I think these kids are dealing with now. And those type of pressures are affecting our environment, our communities, and everything. That's why it's so hard to get things done, because you got so much BS that you're fighting against. Yeah, you trying to educate kids, and they trying to figure out how they dodging bullets, or, you know, how they gonna make it home, or if they got a meal or something. But it's so much more, the pressures of everything right now. So, wow. And then like you said, that's crazy in enough, because you do deal with bullying and you do deal with this and that. And you know, back in the day, honestly, none of us really had too much. I mean, you might have a little bit more shoes than I did, or I might have this, but honestly, if we was in the same school, we was in the same boat. We was in the same boat. I mean, we all came up together. I mean, and that's the thing about it. We all knew each other. You knew parents, you knew communities, and I think that's what we're missing right now. Everybody knew everybody. Yep. So, I mean, even if you got into it with somebody, you were back laughing or whatever with them the next day, because you had to go by their house or walk by or something. Yeah. So so it wasn't no big issue, because you had to see that person tomorrow again. So I don't know. It's just crazy. So I know we rambling. So I know you got some questions. No. I got some questions. I mean, it just leads on to it. What's my question? Actually, from what happened to you, because I know we can change it, and that was my big topic for you. Like I saw it, I was like, that's it. We can change what happened to us. Yeah. But this is the thing, get caught up in your throat sometimes. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know if I really want to do that, or should I do that, or how would I look if I did that? Yeah. How did you power through? Like, nah, but I ain't finna. What I do know is I'm not finna be at Shady Oaks. Yeah. You know, not saying nothing wrong with Shady Oaks, but what I do know, I'm not finna be this kid. How were you able to push through and say? I'm telling you, when you have nothing, when I say zero, nothing is a motivation. It's a motivator. I mean, honestly, I tell people people see me now, they just like, yeah, right. I mean, I can show you pictures of like when I was a child, we literally had nothing. I mean, so when you come from a situation where you had nothing, it just motivates you to want to have more. I mean, even when I was a kid, I saw my mom struggle so much. So I was like, I don't want to see her struggle anymore. So even like my first job, I was 15 years old, and I don't know how old you are, but my first job, I'm going to take it back. So my first job was at Service Merchandise.
We remember
So,
that was you.
so
that was
back
me.
in the
It's
old
years.
Steinmark. So right on.
Sure is.
That's the Service Merchandise.
That sold the TVs and all of that. We was back in the day then. You went all the way back.
So that was my first job at 15. Like I was working in the warehouse. I used to unload the trucks, and when the stuff came in, put the stuff on the shelves and everything. So I mean, I learned early about business mind, running the business, working in a business when I was 15 years old. So I always knew that I was going to be doing something around business. I just knew it because I was like, at 15, I had enough sense to say, all right, I saw all my friends around me, and I was just like, hey, I just want more. And I didn't want to put the pressure on my mom to say, you know, kids like, hey, I want to go to movies, I want to do this or that. And I'm like, hey, I got to have some money. So I was 15, 16 years old. Now think about this. Now we talking about, let me go back. We talking about mid 80s.
Yeah.
But I was 15, 16 years old, making about $5,000 every 2 weeks.
You was making some of the better than the mama.
I'm talking about really, because I was a kid that used to work the hours, and then because I ain't had nothing else going on, so I used to work overtime, double time. I mean, literally, I was making, you know, it took taxes and stuff out, but even if I was a month back in the mid 80s, I'm talking about, which was crazy. But yeah, I was there, so I was literally that kid that was helping pay bills in the house.
You was bill paying.
Yeah, but I was able to just to be able to have whatever I wanted. I didn't have to just stress and ask my mom or nothing. And I mean, it was cool. It gave me ownership. It taught me like responsibility early. And I got a chance to see business. And I'm going to tell you how go crazy. So they had like a little sporting goods department where they used to sell fishing rods and guns and everything. I was the assistant manager at 16. I couldn't buy a gun, but I could sell you a gun. At 16 years old, you had to be 18 to buy one. Now, I couldn't buy one, but I was selling. I was the number one gun salesman back then. Like, I had never shot a gun. I'll tell you everything about it and everything.
Break it down.
I've always known how to run my mouth. I mean, and those are the things that kind of help build me, character and everything. And then, like, I've always had, even through college, I've always had, like, the mindset that I'm going to work and push forward. And I had a million jobs. I mean, because I just always did something. Like, it was easy for me to find one. But it was like, it's not the jobs that you would think about. I worked at a hotel at night because I would go to class during the day. So I work a midnight shift at the hotel. So I would like work like I was like 21, 22. So I was like, I would work like the 11 to 7. And I would go to class during the day, but I would literally work that late night shift. Nobody was coming there. So I used to study at night, working at the hotel, like study at night and stay up and then go home, sleep during the day, go to class. I mean, and then come back. And it was just little things that I always had a grind about myself. So, and then when I finished school, it was always, I just wanted more. And again, it goes back to the motivation when you have nothing, because the Boys and Girls Club raised me. I mean, my mom used to, from I was 5 years old up until probably like junior high school, I was at the Boys and Girls Club. And the reason why is that was a safe place. She felt like this was a safe place. We used to take, we can go from off, or you can take a bus there and they would feed you.
You knew you were going to eat.
Yeah, you knew you were there, play
games,
learn something. And then they would, back then, I think you could go to you could be there at 5 or 6 o'clock. So she knew that's where I would be fine there. And it was a little program that, she could actually have me in, and it was all about safety. She was like, okay, I know he'd be there. And that's one right down, it's still there on Capitol Street. Yeah.
But and we need, you guys, we need that. If y'all listen to me talking, we need that. We need safe we need safe spaces for our kids, especially our Black boys. And I say that only because I'm not saying nothing wrong with nobody else, but I just feel like they need that action. They need that mindset. They need to be shown how to count money. They need to be shown business because their mind is doing this at all times. At all times. I want to go back to where you said the shooting. I do think that we let them have too much freedom. So when they have their freedom, they always say a devil's mind, devil's workshop, however they say it, but it's a devil's workshop. Yeah. So when you got their freedom, now once you see this stuff on TV, oh, I'm finna go do this. Oh, I'm finna go do this. Not saying that the boys and girls, but you easily could have been that person had you been at home, had you had nothing to do, had you been on the floor. Not saying that she's on the floor, not saying any of I think some of the things that make us also make us.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely right.
If that's a thing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the kids don't have anything to do anymore, and that's the problem. Like, it's no more summer programs. I mean, you got some people who are in the community that are doing some amazing things, like Randy Cruder Jr. Like, he just redid a whole building where kids can go and do midnight basketball in South Jackson.
Yeah, I heard about it.
So it's like he took an old building, and now it's a building full of basketball courts. I mean, we don't have anything where these kids actually can see it, feel it, and touch it, and can see something better. Because right now, all these kids see is violence, and they see everything that's going on in the news, and then there's so much negativity. Like you were saying something earlier, the picture that is portrayed on the news and on everything, it's all negative. I mean, you don't see it. I mean, I don't even look at the news no more because everything on there is negative. Yeah. So I want to see some type of positive stories or something. But it's just, I think it's slowly you got community leaders that are grabbing some of these kids and trying to do better, to do different programs and different things. But it's so many kids out there that are being left behind, or they just getting caught up in the system that it's just not enough bodies. Like I was telling you, if everybody did their little part, we could help. But it's just
and
hard.
You're talking to me. Only because, let me tell you, like I told them last time, I don't feel like none of this is my business. And I know that's not what we thinking. That's why we're here, because.
But there's a lot of people think like that.
I got a 10, first of all, I got an 11-year-old. So it's my business.
I got a 14-year-old.
And then I have a 24-year-old. So, and community helped raise him. You know, kind of not like us, but it raised him with youth football team and this and that. But this is the thing, though, y'all. And when I tell you, you're speaking to me, and I have to say, girl, get out your head and let's go.
Yeah.
I got pregnant when I was 14, and it bothers me. And I talk about it, but I really don't. But what happened to me is I need to be talking to other people. I always want to talk to people and say, hey, listen.
Yeah.
You do know it's another situation that we could go through. We ain't gotta do this. Cause we got alternatives. We got this. I often said, even when I was like, if I just would have known this, I probably wouldn't even got pregnant. Or half of the shit that we done went through had somebody say, hey, let's talk.
You're right.
And that's 1 hour. That's maybe 2 hours. Hey, drop your girls off here 2 hours and let's have girl talk. Because we don't have people that's saying, hey, let me help somebody else, you know.
Because see, back then, you had programs, but like even back then, you had the boys, girls. It was a boys club. Because back then, I don't think it was a boys and girls club back in the day.
It was just a boys club?
It was just a boys club.
Okay.
And then it eventually came to the boys and girls club. Because it was just, back in the day, it was just boys there. And I don't think you really had a lot of programs that were like around girls. You had the Girl Scouts and things like that,
yeah,
but you didn't have a real program that could actually help girls and give them advice and everything where they can go and talk to. I mean, you got programs now, but you didn't have the programs they have now. I mean, then some of the programs now are not as strong as they need to be.
No, and because we need help. Y'all reach out, y'all say what y'all need. And I think that especially me, and like I said, you're really talking to me, and that's me, because I'm like, girl, that ain't my business. I don't care. But it is my business. Yeah. And that's the reason why stuff happens to you. So you can be that person in the community as yourself. But me, I'm like, bump that. I'm tired. I'm ready to go home. But guess what? In our own little way, that's selfish. You know what I'm saying? And we don't want to help each other. We had the center in Canton, Mount Zion Recreational Center. And it was more of a church center. I loved it. But guess what? We ain't talk about the real stuff that we should have been talking about.
Right.
That stuff that's happening real in the community. Because at that time it was pregnancy. This now is just like, you have a baby, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But and then you got bullying, got this. But we should have been talking about this. Hey, let's talk about your body. Hey, this is a real thing. Okay. This is not fake. Okay. This stuff happens. And guess what? It's only men and women in the world, y'all.
Yeah.
So at the same time, we can't live without each other. Okay. Stuff is going to happen as we get older. Things are going to change as we get older every day. So
same thing that was on back in the day.
It's still going on now. Why can't we, but we are older now to talk. We should be able to do this and have a conversation about real stuff with real kids.
Hey, I'm going to tell you something else that just popped in my brain. So another thing I think is an issue that we have is like, you have people like ourselves, like we know it's a problem, we identify the problems, and we're willing to go back and help and try to solve the problem. You got a lot of people that, hey, I ain't going back,
I'm good.
I'm from there and they'll never see me again as long as I live. These kids have to see people like yourself.
Yep.
You have to see people like me, because when I talk to kids, and like I went and talked to the Boys and Girls Club about a month ago, and we was just sitting there talking noise and everything, and they was like, well, where you from? I was like, Shady Oaks. And the boy was like, well, I'm from, I was like, and we just started talking, and literally was on the same street, and they just could not believe that I was from they just don't, because they don't see people from the neighborhood who left the neighborhood, who've been successful. They just don't see it. So these kids have to see it, because we can tell them all day long, you need to be doing this, you can do this, you can do this, you do this. Until they actually see somebody that's doing it, they don't even believe it's possible. So we need more people that, you got, like, I'll give you a perfect example. Merle High School, ain't gonna lie. We got more influential people who've come from Merle right now, right at Jackson State. The athletic director came from Merle. Coach Tamika Reed, the girls basketball coach, went to Merle. The men's basketball coach went to Merle. You got multiple people that came through the system went to Merle. We have a lot of influential people that come through there, but you don't get those people to come back and talk to the kids. If you if you say, hey, once a year, I want 10 people who are alumni to come back to talk to the kids. It would be amazing if they saw those people who came through the system, came through there, and came back and talked to the kids. But you can do that at any school. You can do it in Canton. You can do it at Jackson. Just period. Because these kids need to see people who show them that you can come out of the systems, like in Canton, Camden, parts of Jackson. These people got to see, like, hey, because they see. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna give you an example. I guarantee you, every kid know who Boo is. But they don't know who coming out of Canton. If you ask, you say, hey, who is Boo? They know who Boo is, but they might not know who is Arnell Bowden. Arnell used to be the mayor. He insurance guy with State Farm. But he's a major person in that community that's been there forever. They don't know who this guy is, and he done came through the whole system and everything.
And Boo needs to be talking to them too, because he has a story. That's the thing. Everybody got a story he's supposed to be telling, other than the fancy. Because before the fancy, you had to get here, and guess what? You had to say in your head, some fear. Fuck you, I'm moving forward.
And see, you got to show them a little bit of everything.
Yes.
You just can't show them like, hey, do this. They need to see a little bit of everything, but it's got to be variety, because you got different kids going to do different things. Everybody ain't going to college. It's not a bad thing. You got people who haven't attended college, but they got businesses and make more money than people that went to college, because they own their own air conditioning company. They own their own plumbing company.
Yeah.
And, it's a trade, but they make more money and they happier because they own their own stuff. We need the pet. Everything ain't for everybody, but these kids need to see variety.
Yeah.
You need to be able to see what's out there, and then you pick your lane, because everybody lane is the same. But if they don't know what's out there and what's possible, they can't even achieve it because they don't believe it.
You gotta. No. You're totally correct. I'm totally with you with that. Because like I said, that's me. I'll be like, and that's the reason for this podcast. It originally started with women before they get married, of actually finding who they are before you add. Before you're able to add. We are a community of, if I just had this person, I'll be this. If I just had this person, I'll be that. And we go and we add additions to people that purpose might not even be as of yours.
Yeah. And then you don't know what that person has been through to get to where they are.
Because they got their own story. And they might not be Shady Oaks. So they grind might not be Shady Oaks grind because they ain't slept on the floor. They ain't not had no food. They ain't went to the Boys and Girls Club. So now y'all intertwining because y'all grinds are not together.
And then I don't have a problem with somebody who might have been privileged coming up. I mean, still, you got people who are, because right now, our kids these days, they just spoiled. I ain't gonna lie, my children got more opportunity than I could have ever had. But I worked my butt out to make sure that I could give everything I want. Because one thing about it, my dad was never in my life, so I prayed about it and I said, hey, if I ever have a child, specifically a son, I'm gonna do everything I can to give him everything he wants, and I do. But that works both ways, even with him. He has a responsibility. He's got to get these grades.
Right.
He got to be respectful. To be out here even no crazy kid, but you got to do your part, and I'm gonna do my part. As a parent, they was having those conversations, and the kids, they watch everything we do. So being that I do a lot of community service events and different things in the community, my son knows that. He already knows we're gonna do different things. I ain't said nothing to him. He already know we're going to Rolling Fork. He already know we're gonna do these things, and we're about helping the community. But now I'm gonna tell you something else. I've taken him to the house in Shady Oaks. We used to stay on different parts of Jackson. Every house that I done thought about it just been crazy, Verdant, whatever we stayed, I've taken and showed him to him. And it like one house might have been big as this room. But I went and showed it to him.
But because he needed to see
Because he needed to see that.
And he needed to see we ain't always had what you in.
He needed where the start was from. And I want to scare the crap out of him because I want you to be like, okay, yeah, we done came a long way. Yeah.
Because we have.
Because kids need to see the past and then they need to see the future. Yeah. Because they need to be able to see where stuff came from so they can see, hey, I can have more. I can do better. Because it's all about, it ain't even about us no more. It's about these kids and making sure we can lay the foundation for them. We just doing what we need to do to make sure everything flows and does that, but it's all about them now.
I totally agree with you, especially with the with World and look what Whitney used to say. We are, you know what I'm saying?
But at this point, I'll be 50 this year. If I ain't got it done by now, and the thing about it, I'm gonna do some more stuff in life, and Lord, I hope that. But everything that I'm here to do every day I wake up, my mind is constantly going about what I want to do with different things I want to do. So I'm always saying, okay, let's do this better. Let's do this different. So my whole thing is that we have to be, we have to speak for these kids. We got to show them examples. Because we don't. It's just, I got a saying, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
And you part of the problem. Yeah. I'm totally with you. You're an issue. You really got to go. You really got to go because at some point, you're going to be a block for me.
You're in the way.
You're in the way and you got to go. I'm going to need to move around you and I'm going to have to be doing too much. You just got to go. I'm sorry. I like you, but
you're in the way. And then you get those type of people who just, they do a lot of talk, but they're just in the way.
Yeah.
So, but it's...
No. And like you just said, we show our kids because I do feel like God put us to certain people for certain reasons. And our kids are here to pass whatever baton that we supposed to have. Cause we ain't gonna do everything. Yeah. You get what I'm talking about?
Yeah. We're gonna do what we can.
We're gonna do what we can.
And it's their job to make it better for their kids.
And for the community. Because everybody has something we're supposed to be doing for each other. Yeah. That's what we miss out. So, cool. My son, my 24-year-old recently just got a job as a cook, right? Okay. So, of course, you guys know I'm a baker. My sister is a professional chef, right? And my other sister, she's an attorney. Okay. Right. So my grandmother used to be a baker. My other grandmother on my mom's side was a baker and a cook. Right. So you see how it passed down. So he just got a job. He was like, Mom, I can't cook because he's played football. We shelter him. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And so he goes back. Goes back. Okay. So he said, Mom, I just got a job. And he said, but I really can't. I said, baby, you got it in you. Okay. Don't tell them folks to hire you because one thing for sure, you got it in you. You get what I'm saying? And don't realize it because you were supposed to have that in you. Not saying you were supposed to be this, but it was going to come down. And it's also going to come down of motivation. My mom she wanted to do motivational things in Canton and it had to be shut down. She started this dance group in Canton and we did Girl Scout. We did everything, but it was motivational, all their business. It was like, okay, And it wasn't until this moment now that we're talking like this is the stuff that's passed down to you that you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be motivating. You're supposed to be inspiring.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be making stuff happen. And my son, he's today's supposed to be pro day. So he end up like, Mom, I'm not where I need to be. And that's fine. So he's on the other side of pro day looking. And I told him, I said, I understand you want to be doing your thing out there, but ask God and say, what am I supposed to be doing right now? Who am I supposed to be inspiring right now? How am I supposed to be motivating right now? Because your time is coming, however it is, it's just not today. Yeah. But as of today, what am I supposed to be doing? And don't let fear, don't let insecurities, don't let pride make you say, no, I'm not doing nothing. I'm just going to watch. I'm just going to stay where I'm at.
You're absolutely right. And it's a process. It's like, it's already written. We just have to just make sure we stand on the pace to go with everything that's already written. It's crazy, but
you say it's written. How do you, because some of us don't think it's written.
I honestly think it's written. It's already, it's lined up for us. We
just got to go.
We just got to go. And you got to constantly every day be feeding into what it is. If you sit around and do nothing, I think you get the results you put it. If you putting in nothing, you're gonna get back nothing. Honestly, I got stuff in my brain and stuff that I give you a perfect example. Last night I could not sleep. I just was like, I was just up, and I was up 3-4 o'clock this morning because my mind just is idle. It's just thinking about what's the next move. I want to do this. I want to do that. I tell people all the time. I dream about stuff I want to do, and some of this stuff it just scares the shit out of me. And if you got something you want to do and it's easy, that's not the route.
That's not the route.
But I put it this way: some things happen and they just happen because they're supposed to happen. I truly believe the things that happen in our lives, they happen for a reason. I think everything that I've been through has been a reason. And like when I'm trying to work out something, when I run into like 10 roadblocks, I leave that alone.
Because that ain't for you.
That ain't for me.
I'm going to let that go.
But when I work on something and it starts going smooth, I was like, okay, this the path. This the path. Because, when we trying to make something like trying to put together a puzzle, I'm trying to put a square in a circle hole. That ain't going to work. I'm trying to force it. But when you leave it alone and put it where it's supposed to be, it just works. In life, I've learned when I'm talking about situations, jobs. Even the last house we bought, it was like, my wife had been looking for a house. We couldn't find it. I was like, we ain't even look for houses no more. We went and got an apartment. And stayed in the apartment. I said, I'm tired of looking. I said, this ain't working out right now. It ain't our time. So we went and got an apartment. We got an apartment. I was like, look here, it ain't but 3 of us, me, you, and him. We get an apartment. We stayed in the apartment for a year. And I was like, okay, after that point, we go back to looking. We started back looking again. We found a house in 2 weeks. Because it wasn't your time. When things happen, things happen in timing.
Yeah.
When you're trying to force stuff, you run into wall kind of, it's just stuff you be like, and then you be like sitting back like, man, what is going on? The problem is you ain't listening. Everything is already told us. God is telling us every day what to do, but we block our blessings. We ignore the signs. And we don't do what we're supposed to do. I've learned now when I see a red sign to say stop, I'm stopping. Because, it's been so many times we be like, okay, I'm going to go around this.
You know something? You say you're 50, but it does take time to get there.
There you go.
Because
that's my next point.
We don't.
All this comes with a little age.
Yes. But if we had, like I just told my son, I said, I understand you down. Get up. I said, that's what we know for sure. It ain't your time. And that's okay.
Right.
But see, what time is it now that we're supposed to be doing? Because it's something that you're supposed to be doing right now.
I put it like this. It's a harvest season and it's a planting season. So you got to plant. You got to plant. Because can't nothing grow
if you don't plant. Ain't nothing out there.
It's all about planting season. So you got to know the season. So if you didn't put so much in, because honestly, I feel right now it's a harvest season for me because I done put so much into this, and it's like it's slowly coming out, and things are coming out. I see things popping up and everything. So I'm like, okay, it's harvest season. But you literally have to put some in the system. You got to put some blood, sweat, sweat, and tears into it. Because if you don't put it in, you can't expect them to get nothing back. If you're not giving back, or if you're not helping people, or not, doing your part to help other people get other places, don't look for people to help you, because you like, I mean, if you ain't doing your part, I mean, it should be crazy for you to expect something and
but
you
they
ain't
do,
did nothing. You want the world.
But you want the world. And I think that's where our kids at. But I want to go back to, I do think things are written. I was not disagreeing. I do think things are written. Sometimes when we don't have people speaking into us and people teaching us exactly who we are. Because some of our kids, some of our people, hell, grown folks, we don't even know who we are. Like, who am I? Who am I supposed to be? And I do think, because I do believe in God, at some point we was like, God, what are we doing? And who am I? What are we supposed to be doing? How am I supposed to be doing this? And we forget that. That's the first route that we need to go through. Okay, who am I supposed to be talking to? How am I supposed to be talking to them? What am I supposed to be putting out? Even with this podcast, because I started last year with Queen, I think I had like 5 people. Of course, I got discouraged. The next one probably was 5 people. Got discouraged again. And God was like, you do know you're supposed to be doing a podcast. I'm like, bump that podcast, God. I'm no answer for that. You told me it was going to work. It didn't. I got to go. And he put it on my heart. It's like, nah, I don't care if you got 20 people. Those are the 20 people that I wanted to hear this. I don't care if you got 10 people. Those are the 10 people. I don't care, because that's who's supposed to hear. So now, because I lost my job or whatever, like 2 weeks ago. And now I said, I don't know what you wanted me to do.
But you got more time now.
But whatever you want me to do, can you lead me that way? Because I'm tired of doing this my way. Obviously, it ain't working. Only thing I ask is to give me peace and not let me get anxious.
There you go.
Because sometimes we get anxious because the role of learning yourself, the role of learning timing, the word of learning the process, you get anxious, and there goes fear, and there goes shame, intimidation, people that's not helping, people that ain't gonna help. Oh no, she ain't doing that. That means she don't want to do that. She need to do this. Fear of going back to what you're comfortable to. So I asked him not to give me that. Just to kind of keep it at bay, so I can continue to do what I'm supposed to be doing.
There you go.
And so here we go. I still don't know exactly what we're supposed to be doing, but I'm trusting him every day. I'm like,
take it,
and he got me. And so far, we've been kind of doing some things. Gonna aid some houses out. Actually, I got some land that I want to get some trees cut down and make a community in Camden.
Sometimes you get a little time just to sit back and think. Like people say, what you been doing the last 3 or 4 years? I'll tell like really nothing, but what I've been doing is getting focused, recharging my batteries, getting my mind right, because I got a vision that I want to do. But you have to literally see it before you can start moving. You have to believe it. You have to do the foundation work and everything. So the little things that make it so you can go to this next thing. I think a lot of times we don't do the preparing. We don't do all of the leg work and everything that needs to be. We just jump out there. We just jump.
Give me an LLC. Give me some money. Give me.
And then once we get it, then it don't work.
Whoa!
Well, what I did that. But see, you didn't take your time. I think we just don't take time. And again, it comes with wisdom. I'm old enough to say, okay, all right. Before I jump out there, I'm gonna have a leg jacket, a boat.
I ain't got time.
Jet ski or whatever. I might have all the things I need before I jump in this water. I just say, make sure you have everything you need before you make that step this time. And I think it's just, doing things, the ups and downs, we learn. We did things the wrong way. So we ought to know how to do them the right way now, or have some kind of idea. Because you did 10 things wrong, you shouldn't be doing 11 things wrong. You can be like, okay, let me do one thing right if I did 10 things wrong. So it's just part of growing up and just maintaining and taking yourself.
Yeah. So, of course, it's getting around our time. It's 50 minutes, but I've enjoyed this.
And I've enjoyed this conversation.
I've enjoyed it because we need this. Honestly, we need this. And whoever is supposed to hear, I'm going to put it out. I want to make sure here because we need to definitely talk. You say you're doing work in Rolling Fork. How could people help? How could we help you? Or do you need help?
I mean, I've been telling you, Rolling Fork, Silver City, all those places in the Delta, you don't realize the damage is so bad that we gonna need all the help. I mean, I was telling somebody yesterday that this recovery is gonna probably be for the next 2 to 3 years. It's just like, it's the story now. So it's hot right now. People are doing this and doing this, but they're going to need help like over major help years. I mean, the whole community is gone. I mean, it was just like I dropped the bomb and North Jackson was gone. I mean, it's just how it is. It is just that bad. So, I mean, everybody, it's whatever you think you want to do, just do it. It's no such thing as I'm not doing enough or whatever, because I know companies are sending water there. These people need food. They got babies they need formula. They need socks, underwear, the clothes and stuff. So, I mean, I know people are there feeding every day. I talked to a couple people on the ground. Like I was talking to somebody in the parking lot before I came in, and he was telling me that 2 Walmart trucks had just pulled up and different things. So they're getting stuff, but they need stuff. So it's whatever you can donate to different organizations that are down there. I mean, do that. But if you just look on social media, everybody's doing different things. I know Kenoy Brown has got stuff. He's from Canton. He got some stuff going up. I know Anitra Benders. They got a big thing going up Saturday. I know Benz was over there yesterday. He's doing stuff. I mean, it's a lot of people who are jumping in and just saying, I want to do my part. And again, it's like I was telling you when we first started talking, if everybody does a little bit, it helps the situation. Just like now, if everybody did a little bit and just sent a little bit, I mean, you ain't got to just say a lot of stuff we have in our houses that we might have. You might go through there and you might have bags and bags of clothes that just new clothes, and you can donate it.
And then some of it I just gave away 3 and one of the beans 3 bags. I'm not. You haven't worn it in a year. You ain't wearing it. Give it to the people. Yeah. Just give it on over. Just give it to me, because ain't no need of keeping it. But where can we? I mean, are you doing? Are you say, hey, Steven,
can reach out to me through social media or whatever? But we are actively partnered with. I actually know the mayor of Rolling Fork. I've been knowing that family for like 25 years. So when everything hit, I was like, okay, let me see what we need to do. So I got some big things that we're going to do. I got some smaller things we're going to do. I know the director for the Red Cross. I know him very well. What I'm doing now is like, it's so much stuff going. Like they're getting the essential stuff. But I want to, like I was telling people, this is going to be going on for so long that like in a month, you're going to need a whole nother wave of stuff going. So cause see right now, let's say they got so much destruction. Let's say if you send 10 trucks of stuff, they don't even have nowhere to put it. Think about this now. It's like they only have so many buildings that you can stock and house stuff and things like that. I mean, you got a couple of buildings that are still there, but a lot of it, because of the amount of destruction, you don't have like warehouses and stuff where you can house stuff. So they need like now stuff like deodorant, toothpaste, underwear, then like daily food and things like that. When I talked to my guy today, he was like, they got people out there. Like they got organizations from all over the country that came in and helped them with feeding and everything. That's good, because that with the daily stuff for a while. Yeah. But like in my mind, in my head, I want to do a fundraiser or something and really raise some money. Maybe like I got a number in my head, but then take those funds and then go somewhere and then purchase clothes in bulk. Or you can send like a couple 18-wheelers down there with number clothes, where you can get the whole community to come out and say, hey, just come get what you need. That's what's going to help people. They're getting all the water, the food, and everything they need. Like I was talking to a friend of mine that's at Lowe's and one was at Home Depot. So they were sending garbage bags and wet wipes. And I think about it, you don't even think about that type of stuff. Like when you're trying to clean up, you need rakes, shovels, and you can put all this stuff away. I mean, it needs to be, if you can only put so much in a pile, but if you got bags and they want to come pick it up, like it's just a way you do it. So it was just little things like that. They were sending pallets of garbage bags. Because they're going to need thousands of garbage bags. Got a lot going on. They're going to need 1,000 garbage bags. I mean, you don't think about it in your
need clothes, but they do need garbage bags. They need bras. They need panties. They need rakes.
They're cutting up trees and everything. Chainsaws. Those type of things. And, when they run out of gas, you need a gas. Somebody that got plenty of gas so you can come and get you some. It's just so much that is needed in the community. So we own it now. We own it.
And y'all see see, Steven, reach out and see what people got going on and what people need, you guys. Everything helps. It don't matter if you got $10 today, or go get some garbage bags, give it to Steven, okay? Because garbage bags running high now, so they need the big ones, not the little ones, the big ones.
They need the real ones. They don't need the one from Dollar Tree.
No, baby, because once they put it in there, it's going to fall through. We don't need that type of...
I was talking to the guy at Home Depot. He was like making sense. He was like, hey, we're going to send garbage cans, the huge garbage cans. And I was like, yeah, it makes sense because they don't need something.
They don't need everything.
Yeah. So it's the things you think about that they need. Like, I mean, you need those type of items too, because those are the ones that if you got, let's say you got 200 workers down there, they need stuff to work with.
Yep.
They're going to somehow, If you send a truckload of rakes, shovels, chainsaws, gas, garbage bags,
And we need people because they going to get tired.
Yeah.
So we need people down there to help out. So if we down there or if you got a day, hey, we going to do this. I'm giving my day to this, and you ain't got to have no money. Just get there.
I know a group that's going tomorrow. Then I know there's another big group that's going Saturday. Mm-hmm. So like you said, like we're human. So people get burnt out.
People going to get burnt out.
They're going to go out there. They might be out there for about 4 or 5 days. And then you're in that environment, you're trying to help, but you don't have what you need. You don't have, food on a regular water.
Right. Have bathrooms. Yeah. And I remember when Hurricane Katrina came and we had all that going on and we used to, it was trailers then. We had food trucks a lot, but then we had the FEMA trailers where they was feeding them.
I mean, them FEMA trailers, that boy, that was a whole other conversation right there.
Yeah.
I remember them FEMA trailers everywhere.
Everywhere. So you know what I'm talking about. So we had FEMA trailers and I was down there actually serving, helping out, giving back to the community. See, I've been doing this. I just don't know. So you guys, please just make the difference. That's all we're asking. Just do your part. That's it. We don't even care if you do anybody else. Just do your part.
Pick you something and say, hey, this is my contribution. And if everybody did that, the overall picture gets a little bit.
It works. It works.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have an amazing day. And I hope you come back. Now we are having us reach out and have a good day.
Y'all be good. Thank y'all.
Oh my God, y'all. Just thinking about and listening to that podcast again, just to give it back to you guys, like during that time, I really needed it. That was so powerful. That was so thoughtful because when I say fuck fear and the boldness of it, because you have to be so bold, it was crazy. It was crazy time. And I'm so happy that he was able to give us that and where he's coming from and where he has came from. But listen, as we close this episode, I want to sit this with you. Fear doesn't leave when you're ready. Fear doesn't leave you when you move. Looking back on this conversation remind me that growth isn't about having all the answers. It's about trusting yourself enough to take the next step anyway. Every version of you that felt unsure still showed up. That's what matters. If fear has been loud in your life lately, don't be ashamed. Listen to it. Then choose yourself anyway. Choose progress over perfection. Choose movement over comfort. And if no one has told you today, let me be the first to say, you're not behind, you're becoming. Thank you for spending this time with me, listening, reflecting, and growing alongside me. And till the next time, just between us with Kimmy.